believe, they, the ubiquitous they, meaning the government, they often believe that that means that the FOIA request is stayed. There's no pending FOIA request because they're confused. That's not the case, but be sure to get back to them quickly. Now, to be fair, sometimes I'll say, well, look, if we understand this correctly, it's a really big request, and we want to work with you to find out what you're really looking for. That's fair. That's fair. So if they say, you've asked for all the emails from everybody who works here for all time. By the way, that's a legitimate request. They can't say it's too big. That is not a basis to refuse your request. And they can't say, well, it's going to take too many people. That's not a basis to refuse your request. It's going to take too many hours. Now, they can say that in an effort to string out that 3 days to a longer period. And we can talk more about that in a moment. But there's no substantive limitation on your request. But if you don't need all those emails, if you really are just looking for emails from one person or for one time period, work with them. Put it down in writing. So here's what I tell people. If you're going to make a FOIA request, let's sum up what I've said so far. Send an email. Why? Because you got the record. That's the first thing. In the email, reference the FOIA. Why? Because it lets people know that you're serious. Now, oh, well, I don't know what that statute number is. You don't need to know. Freedom of Information Act. That's all you need to write. I'm making a request pursuant to the Freedom of Information Act. You have now referenced it, you have now got it documented, and they're on notice. Spell out what you want. Be very specific and put it in separate paragraphs, in fact. I want all of these records. I also want all of these records. Because if they claim they don't understand A, it gets more difficult when they don't understand B, C, and D as well. And then let them write you and say, either we get right on it, or can you clarify what you're looking for? If it sounds like they're playing games, call them out on it. I have a colleague of mine, a friend of mine, a colleague in the sense that he's a lawyer that I work with when I pursue FOIA cases. And he made a request of Little Rock wastewater. And he wanted all the emails for 2 people, period. Now, it's for all time, but of course those 2 people haven't worked there for all time. So it's 2 people for a period of time that they worked there. I don't know how long it was. And they said, well, can you clarify, what do you mean by all emails? And he wrote back, all. That's a pretty good clarification. Then they said, well, it related to a non-FOIA case, because you can use FOIA as a discovery, as a means to learn information for another litigation, or for any other reason. Why? Because there's no limitation as to why you want the request. If they ask you why do you want it, tell them because I'm entitled to it. That's it. There's no basis. There's certain other states, for example, in Illinois, if you're a commercial requester and you're going to use the information for commercial purposes, you need to disclose that and you need to pay a higher fee. So other states have, in essence, a requirement of disclosing why you want it. You don't need to disclose why you want it. There's nothing wrong with disclosing it. But don't feel that you are pressured to answer their questions. The next thing they'll do, so that's the format. Oh, and then in the email, say this. I would like the records to be emailed to me. To this email address. Why? Because email's free. You don't have to pay for it. There's no copy. If they run it through a scanner, there's no paper. There's no ink. There's no charge. And remember, they're not allowed to charge you for labor. Now, you get groups like the Municipal League. I'll give you my little comment on the Municipal League, by the way. The Municipal League is a private organization, no problem. It takes your taxpayer dollars because some bureaucrats pay the municipal league out of money raised from municipalities, and that municipal league represents those bureaucrats in at least two ways. One, before the legislature in ongoing attempts to dismantle the Freedom of Information Act, and two, in defending often those municipalities against FOIA lawsuits. The latter of which I have no objection to, the former of which I do. Taxpayer dollars should not be used to go to a private entity to lobby the legislature against the interests of the public. I'm working on a bill to stop that in the future. So, they'll write you back and say, oh, you know, it's going to take us a week to get those records together. If you write back okay, or thank you, or anything, they deem that consent. Now, to be fair, if it's a short period of time, my recommendation is let it go. How urgently do you need it? And if you look reasonable, A, they may act more reasonably, and if they don't, and you go to court, you look like the good guy. And that matters. Joey will tell you that. That matters in court. If you look like you're the good guy or the bad guy. If you look like you're being a pain in the neck, that's what I often look like. Because I often am. Or if you look like someone just trying to figure out the answer. Now, truthfully, I look like a pain in the neck because my job is to make sure people comply with the FOIA. And that's why Joey said that I'm the Arkansas expert on the FOIA, and I like to say that as well, only because my other two co-authors no longer live in Arkansas.